Hey everyone, welcome to another Adventures Out video, and I'm here another part of the Cornish coast, and I'm just next to St Michael's Mount, which is just in the background there. I've just launched at the beach here near the Longstay car park, and there's some rocks here. I think most of it's just weed lifted off the rocks. So what we're going to do, we're going to paddle around. We've just spent the morning and lunchtime walking around the castle at St Michael's Mount. Left my wife in a cafe, or actually I think she's just going to sit in the van and read. It's very hot today, 25 at least, if not more. Feels like more anyway. And yeah, we're now going to paddle around the back of St Michael's Mount. So join me for this little paddle. Probably only going to be out for 45 minutes. I don't want to keep my wife waiting too long in the heat. So I'm just going to leave the cameras rolling the whole time, and we'll see what I'm looking forward to this one. It was really pretty from within the castle, so let's see what it's like from sea level.
Mate, it's breezy when you put your feet on the floor.
I've forgotten to put my little lapel mic on today, which is annoying, but I have brought it with me. So hopefully you can hear me. I'm hoping that the 360 camera is picking up my audio okay. Try and shout as we go around here. Just going around some rocks with a lot of gulls sat on them. Other birds that I don't know. The black one there. Well, it doesn't get any more perfect a day for kayaking than this. It's absolute glass, this water. The calmest I've seen it around this Cornish coast since we've been here anyway. And yeah, it's absolutely beautiful this side. Just getting closer to the mount now. There's some buoys around the edge of it, so I'll probably stay seaward side of the buoys just to make sure, in case they're marking out rocks or something. And let's keep going. Was up there earlier, looking down. Still pretty impressive from down here. Man, I love this hobby. There's nothing better than being out on the sea on a beautiful day like this. And anybody can do it. You don't need any special equipment really, just a reasonably good inflatable kayak. Get a second-hand one if you're worried about cost. Better to get a quality second-hand one than a pool toy new one. And then a half-decent PFD. And that's really all you need. Obviously you just learn about tide times and wind and all that kind of stuff for sure, but Google can teach you all that, YouTube can teach you all that. Just get out there and enjoy it. And then if you want to then go to like more advanced sea kayaking and stuff, then that's great, but you don't need to invest thousands in a fancy sea kayak for paddling around coastal waters like this on a day like this, as long as you can. Oh, it's really clear, I can see right to the bottom. It's not that shallow either. Don't be tempted, viewers. I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to land on the mount, if anywhere. If you do need a ticket to get on the island, you can walk the Causeway for free, but to get off the Causeway and onto the island you need a ticket, a paid ticket. Hey viewers, if you're liking this video, please give it a thumbs up by clicking the like button at the bottom of your screen. And if you're new to Adventures Out, the channel, please do consider subscribing. It doesn't cost you anything and it's the best way to follow along with my ventures out. Of course, my name's Ad and I'm pleased to have you with me today on this beautiful paddle around St Michael's Mount. Yeah, I think if I'd gone outside of the buoys all the way around, I would not get anywhere near any rocks, but the water's pretty clear, so you can see them coming. I think, obviously, if it had been a bit choppier, the water would probably be less clear. I think the Causeway across will be closing pretty soon, if not already closed. Don't think the water will be high enough for me to go over the Causeway in the boat though. That would be the ideal. So I'll have to go back round. But I'm not stopping to take pictures and videos, it's only half an hour if that paddle round, 25 minutes. Get a bit shallow again, so I'm just going to slow down a bit in case there's some rocks looming in the water. I think we're okay at the moment. Go and see if we can see some people caught out wading on the Causeway. Box here. Cameras probably can't see them as well as I can because I'm wearing Polarised sunglasses, which are definitely recommended for kayaking because it allows you to see into the water much better because it reduces the reflection from the sun off the water, because if you didn't know, reflected light is polarised light, so any reflections from the water is polarised. So the polarised sunglasses actually block out quite a lot of the reflected light, so you can see straight into the water. And they're definitely helpful for navigating submerged rocks. There's some more colours here. Basically ankle high for people walking across this causeway, so it's about another half hour and I could probably get across, but my skeg is probably going to catch, I think. So it's probably 6 and 2 3s. I probably could have hung around there for 20 minutes and then I probably could have paddled across the causeway or over the top of the causeway. Or I want to get some distance in, so I'm going to go back around the outside. It's about 2 kilometres back around for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes paddling. All right. Getting a bit of a workout, burning off that cream tea and pasty that I had for lunch. Couldn't decide which one I wanted, pasty or cream tea, so greedy bastard in me went for both. But I'm glad I did this. I must admit, after walking around the castle this morning, my wife feeling fairly tired and hot, I nearly didn't come out on the paddle, but she said she was okay. It's just such a fast setting up with such a short paddle, but it's good. I'm glad I did it. I would regret it not coming. I would have probably ended up making the journey specifically to do it later in the week, and the weather would have been as good and would have been much more of a chore. Plus, even though it's only about 8 miles from our campsite, it takes a good half an hour to drive because of the traffic. And even even worse on Saturday and Sunday, I imagine. Friday today. So yeah, I'm glad I did this. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for my next paddle. I've got a couple of things in mind. If you've seen my last video where I went to St Ives, I wanted to do the Hayle Estuary, and I kind of went into it but then got a bit stuck with the tide, and actually had I gone up the estuary and back down again I would have timed the tides perfectly, but because I only went in a little way and then once I got back out I struggled, but I was pushed for time so I didn't go all the way in. So I would like to go back and do that, but as the tide times go backwards, now the afternoon tide has gone into evening, so that makes it a little bit more awkward, but the morning high tide is becoming a bit more doable. So in another couple of days, as long as the weather holds, maybe like Sunday or something, I can get up early and do the Hayle Estuary for the morning high tide, which I think will be something like 7:30. So you know, if I can get up at 6, get in the water by 6:30 maybe, then I can do the estuary then and go. So I would like to do that. There's a boat coming. So that might be something for next week, when, you know, do the estuary when it's not quite so nice weather. I still think it's going to be pretty nice next week, but not scorching hot like it has been these last couple of days, and like it looks like, and like it looks set to continue over the next couple of days. I'm nearly back now, so I can finish that pretty much. Double check the cameras are still rolling. Okay, the Max is still rolling, but the Hero had stopped. I started it again. They've both got plenty of battery, so enough to get back. Right, I'm going to share my location with my wife so she knows when I'm close to shore. And let's make a push for the beach. Now the tide is coming in, so that means I'll have less beach to carry my stuff up. I just have to drag the boat to the beach a little way to pack it down, because as the tide comes in I don't want to get swamped by the tide. Obviously want to get it deflated as quickly as possible because it is such a hot day. I don't want there to be any risk that the heat heats up the chambers and increases the pressure and we get a sudden deflation, sudden unplanned deflation. I did only put 10.5 psi in today. You know, the boat recommends between 10 and 12, so I put 10.5 in, so got a fair bit of headroom. But yeah, just whip the cameras off and then get it deflated as quickly as possible. Oh, the water's got all... water's got all ripply here. It's weird, it's playing tricks on my eyes. It's beautiful though. Don't know if the camera's picking that up, but yeah. It's like I'm like in an aeroplane and flying massively above the water rather than sat right on top of it. Have a quick look in the harbour. Still people attempting to wade the Causeway. There's the harbour. And if you do get caught out, or you're on a day where the tides aren't favourable, these are the passenger boats that you can get over. There's plenty of them. Here comes another one. But yeah, that's why we decided to come today. It was maybe quite a hot day to come today, but the tides were very favourable for a walk across in the middle of the day. So the Causeway opened about 10 AM, I think, well, maybe about 20 past 10, and closed about 2. So it's basically 2 hours either side of low tide, and we had tickets for the castle booked at 11:30. So all good. Wait behind from that boat, passing boat as it should. We're nearly back now. Those flags over there where you can hire kayaks and paddle boards and whatever else from is where we're heading to. The van is parked at the car park just behind there where there's a nice route down. Another 100 yards to paddle, and then I imagine my skeg will start scraping, so then I'll have to get out and walk, paddle the rest of the way up the beach. So that's where I'm going to sign off. That's all from me from this beautiful location at St Michael's Mount in Cornwall, and I highly recommend, if you can get out this way, try and find a day as good as this or close to it and get yourself paddle around it. It's not very far and it is really impressive from the water, but also get yourself tickets and go inside and look at it as well, because it is really good. It is a really good way to spend a couple of hours with there's a really good cafe on the island as well, which isn't too expensive. I thought it was going to be an absolute fortune, bit of a tourist trap, but it actually was quite reasonable. Drinks were a little expensive, but the sandwich was, you know, 6-7 quid, which is not too bad at all, I didn't think. So anyway, thank you for joining me. Again, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more from me at locations like this, I'm not going to promise every video is from a location like this, but more from me from locations like this, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.